I'll send it to you too.
Well, feel free to join me up here.
Okay.
I'm Chef Ray, by the way. And we are making pumpkin bisque. You can grab your recipe card and read that. So I brought mini pumpkins for us today. I know they're a little bit smaller. I feel like, we don't need a giant one. There's like 20-pound pumpkins.
Right.
I've already washed these off. And literally all we're gonna be doing is cutting it in half first. And then taking the seeds out. We wanna peel it. So whatever you feel like is easier for you. I prefer to peel before cutting. I have some medium gloves. Unfortunately, it's the only size I have, but this may help you be able to grip it a little bit better. So, and you can grab one of those. Come on, you want to get in there? It's gonna be a wash. So literally, you just use this to hold, and I like to go downwards. And these are a little bit tougher to peel with the potato peeler. So what you can do. Get in there, because it is tough skin. Basically keep fanning it off. And you want to get kind of past that green vein. Yes.
I have an issue. I have a rotator, what do you call it?
Rotator cuff.
Yes, and I'm in physical therapy.
Okay, I got you.
I cannot
I
do
did not
that.
expect you to go back to PC
Right now. it's
for a
like-
worsened condition. Okay.
Yes, thank you.
So if you want, what I'll do is I will saw these,
Okay.
and then I can pass them to you guys to cut them up.
Okay.
Whatever's easier for you. Now, of course, they cut in half really, really good.
Nice. Perfect. Yeah, pumpkins just represent fall time of the year, don't they?
Yes, they do.
And if you want to, you guys can try to de-seed them while I work on the other one.
Okay. You want to come over there?
If you can stay right there if you want.
Okay.
And then and I'll give you can take one of these cutting boards actually.
Okay.
To the front of the middle. But we can actually bake those. So you can eat the seeds. Really, you could technically eat the peel, like you could throw like a butternut squash, and you were to cut it in half like that and just stick it straight in the oven. You can roast it. High heat, typically like 450 degrees, olive oil, face down, let it steam. But you could eat it if you wanted to. Even avocado peels are edible.
Huh.
I don't necessarily recommend it.
Avocado peel?
Yep, it's 100% edible. And the seed can be dehydrated and can be turned into a seasoning.
Wow.
That's where annatto seed comes from. Annatto spice. It'll turn your white rice red for wanting to make Spanish rice. Also, you could just cut this up into cubes and let the peel naturally fall off, right? Like a potato, if you were boiling a potato. So that might be a little bit easier. You also can use this for compost in your garden. You can dry the seeds out and you can replant them for the next, season. You can season them, whatever flavor you want, and just kind of make a flavored pumpkin seed, which they do now sell in the store. When I was a kid, I don't remember having those, but
No, I remember roasting. them.
they've commercialized it now, and you can get them almost anywhere, especially during Halloween. And we're actually going to use this pressure cooker over here.
Okay.
So that will make it easier on us. Like I said, we really could just use them and just put it directly in there. And there's a trash can over here. And then one where I'm standing, that's an open bag if you need to.
Oh, is that enough? You want me to get more out?
If you can try to get a little bit more out. So ideally you want to basically take the spoon and scrape up against it and try to get most of the string out.
Okay, oh,
Might not be good for your shoulder.
I know, I'm thinking.
Yeah, you want to leave it.
So
I
you can
think.
go,
Yeah.
you can go soft on it. But yeah, if you look at it. And if it's too painful, let me know and I can
And I'm an old
take over,
trooper.
take over from me.
Okay.
I got you.
Oh, yeah, I feel it in the front.
Yeah, this can be used. You can also juice a pumpkin. You can drink it, but it is, and you'll notice on the recipe cards on the bottom, I put a couple of health benefits for pumpkins. Saying high betaine and carotene properties. And you can also take pumpkin and put it in risotto. You can put it in a ravioli. You can put it in polenta even, you know, puree it, mix it in, put it in your grits.
Yeah.
So many different things you can do. For dogs, it's great for digestive system. Like if they have an upset stomach, you can give them a little pumpkin, like a tablespoon in their food.
Oh, this is so educational.
Who
And then
knew?
we're gonna use a little bit of like mushrooms for garnish. We're gonna saute them in liquid smoke, get our
Oh,
pan really hot and almost like smoke them in the pan. For those, it's portobello mushrooms, they're properties of the cremini family and the white button. We were just talking about that. And so they often pass off the baby bellas as portobellos, but they're really creminis.
ah,
But some of their properties are that you can get vitamin D directly from mushrooms, even though they're grown under ultraviolet light. The ultraviolet light kind of increases the vitamin D content.
that's good.
So commercial growers. So we want to try to separate like all of this, and then we can toss it. And if you pick it up, and you go like this, and then we can just rinse it directly into our sink as well. How are you doing?
Okay, sorry, I'm just attending.
No, you're fine.
Had to go back on my mask.
Feel free to join us over here if you'd like. Grab a recipe. We are talking about vitamin D content in mushrooms and how it's one of the only, like, you know, vegetables where you can actually get that outside of protein, outside of meat.
Wow.
Vitamin D or vitamin B?
Vitamin D.
D. Okay.
D.
B. Oh, okay.
D is in David.
Okay, gotcha.
It's hard to hear these
These
masks
masks, I
on.
know.
And where are we putting the
There's a garbage can over on the side.
Yeah. If you want, I can give you a bowl actually, and you can just
Yeah.
collect it.
You got a big bar.
Yeah.
As when you think about meat, you think about like cows and stuff are outside all day. And so they receive vitamin D. And then we receive it in our milk.
Right.
You know, same as if we were to give a cow hormones. But you often hear people talk about the RBST hormone and how their kids are oversized because of all the hormones they consume. Like with meat, it actually increases the likelihood for men to grow boobs, basically. You know, because it has hormones in it. And if they eat too much of it, it'll increase their hormone content, like estrogen, like unwanted estrogen.
Right.
And the only way for cows to get milk is if they're bred. And I think it's like 10 months, for like a total of like 10 months after they've given birth, to be able to actually produce milk.
I am so impressed by your knowledge. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing it with us.
So I'm in school for global health, and so I take a lot of farming and sustainability classes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
That was
what
one
your
of the questions
studies-
that they talked about was when can cows produce milk? And I thought it was so interesting
Yeah.
that they have to basically be pregnant. You know, I mean, I guess it's just no different than in real life.
Right. Nature's our teacher. So you're
Right.
saying that all the cows that are being milked are pregnant,
Or they've had a child, that's the cat,
Okay.
another, what do you call it?
calf or, yeah.
Calf, and I think it's like 10 months, or 10 months
Okay.
that they're able to still
That is
produce
interesting.
milk.
Mhm.
So there's probably a season, I would imagine,
Right.
where milk is manufactured, basically processed and stored. And, not only for how long it can be stored, like maple syrup, for example, when they're tapping trees and they're running it in the same kind of, machines like milk would be ran in, like those big metal
Yeah.
cylinder-like machines, it's probably not in there for longer than 3 days.
Whoa.
If that. Typically, it's made and then it's bottled almost immediately. Only know because when I went to New York, I went on a fellowship and they showed us every dairy farm and they showed us the process. I got to see the maple syrup process, and even
Neat.
with that, like how expensive maple syrup is, the
Yes.
process is crazy. And just to think that if you leave it in those big things for longer than 3 days, you basically you lose all your product.
Yeah. Huh. It is an yeah. You guys do a good job.
Where could this soup could be made with instead of with pumpkins, with butternuts, squash too, couldn't it?
And you can combine it. You can also add like a red potato to thicken it.
Mhm.
So if you don't want to just taste pure pumpkin, I thought about doing that, and I was like, I don't want to, overkill it. But yeah, you're free to pretty much add anything you want in it. Even
I
carrots.
belong to a CSA, and our farmer always grows more butternuts than I think about anything else, so.
Yeah, even some carrots. You can go like 1 carrot, which helps with sight. See, you're wearing the glasses.
Right,
right.
So the colored pumpkins,
Mhm.
the grayish looking ones,
Mhm.
do they taste different than?
I think they have a different taste, like more of a butternut squash taste to me
Okay.
than a sweeter kind of like nutty taste
Right.
that a regular pumpkin has. Seeds. Okay, we got one more. You want to take that one off my hands?
Sure.
I'll let you dig.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can repurpose the pulp. If you do have a garden, you're more than welcome to bake it. Put it in your soil. If you have a dehydrator, you can dehydrate it, turn it into a powder.
Whoa.
And you can put that in almost anything, your shampoos, your soaps, your hand soaps, things like that. This is going back into your body, and it's a good nutrient.
I'm sorry, is that the seeds you're talking about?
The pulp.
Oh,
The pulp that was around the seeds that was inside the pumpkin.
wow.
And then you can also juice pumpkin. You can feed it to chickens, cut it up, feed it to chickens as feed. So that's another option. Of course, now your chickens are basically what's producing your eggs and your meat. So kind of goes back into the same thing. You're putting it back into your body, and it's like that food cycle, that constant food cycle. Now, I'm not sure if I put garlic on your recipe card, but this is like my go-to. I put it in everything. Little quick tip. You could put a little water in the bottom of this, and you just want to be careful, but stick it in the microwave for like 30 seconds or less. Just want to watch it, and then you can pull it out.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Sorry. How do you best store your garlic, fresh garlic?
So I leave it out, but if it's like out in the open, just not like a super hot environment, because it will, start to spud. So kind of like potatoes, garlic has that natural, it's like a dormant property where it's basically, you can reactivate its growing process. The little green pieces that come off the garlic, and you're like, oh, that garlic's bad, I'm gonna throw that out. You can replant that. You can take those pieces out, stick them in a paper towel, wet the paper towel, put a little soil on top, close the paper towel, put it in foil, stick it in the refrigerator, and it will sprout. And then you can plant it. Now you have garlic. Same thing with the potatoes. They're dormant until they're not. you know, when
Yeah.
it's too hot or.
Yeah. I love garlic.
Me too. I'm gonna spill this for you real quick. Give you guys these.
Once you think you got them all, then there they are.
Yeah.
Weird. Huh?
You got
A license.
car in the parking garage.
That's probably mine.
Is it open?
No. But I'll be right back.
Okay.
Definitely want
I
the
sit
batteries
in the
back.
car for a long time to wait to see if they're going out. It's just,
I'll be happy to let it out.
oh, no, it's fine.
Now, if you're having a party or something, you can also use these for almost like to eat off of.
Ah,
I don't know if you would necessarily want them to fully be able to eat it, but you can dehydrate it or boil it, make it soft, right? So we're still gonna have a small thin layer where they can like use their fork and kind of fork up some of the flesh and then throw the outer part away. You can also stuff a pumpkin. So once we've taken out all of the seeds and we have, you know, just this core, you can stuff these, right? I would bake it first, get
right.
it soft. Fork should go all the way through and then stuff it. You know, maybe you do some like ground turkey. I don't know what you guys are into, but maybe some like moussaka, right? You got like some lamb, potatoes, it has red wine in it, garlic and onions, and then, or even a French onion soup, because it has that cheese layer and it will hold it.
Instead of a bread bowl, you have a
Mhm.
pumpkin bowl.
Yep. You could also put like a whole brie wheel in there, like cut the brie in half,
Right?
to where it's like perfectly round, sits in there, and then put it back in the oven, bake it, and then get some like boulet, the inside of the, you know, good bread, and dip it in there. There's one I do with, it's in a bread bowl that has cranberry sauce on top.
I'm thinking maybe dressing that's got sausage and cranberries.
That's a good idea. Actually, a good idea. You can do that for maybe like Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Put your stuffing and stuffing all your good like sides inside of this. Even maybe the green bean casserole.
Oh,
Because you're not gonna eat the pumpkin. It's more for like decorative purposes, you know. But if you decide you want to eat it, it's edible. And if you cook it,
yeah.
and I have a different knife, but that one doesn't work.
Yeah, I need a knife.
Let's see. Knife bag.
Yeah, I have a cheddar pineapple casserole that goes every year to the adoptive family. Thanksgiving,
Oh,
that
yeah,
I'm part of now.
right.
I can see it, I think.
Swap. We take this one.
Okay.
This one.
Was it?
I knew I had to do it.
Yeah. I just was. There's might be mine. Driving that car for almost a year at a body shop.
What did I miss?
Oh, nothing much. We're just talking. What to do with these pumpkins.
Uh-huh.
Some different recipe ideas, how you can stuff them. So see how I have this fully skinned? You can just bake this off in your oven like this. Of course, if you want to leave the skin on so that they can see the full color, you can. You just need to put some olive oil on it.
Yeah.
Probably pop a few holes in it and then face it down. Cook it 45 minutes to an hour. Check on it. See if it needs a little bit more time, and then stuff it, and then bake it again. Whatever you want to put.
Yeah, this is, or you want to put the pumpkin soup, yeah.
Yep. Another good idea.
Anything with pumpkin is my sister's favorite.
Really? You can also make this into a breakfast kind of pumpkin soup, like cream of wheat. It's just vanilla and cinnamon, nutmeg.
I had pumpkin soup for supper last night.
Really?
I love it too.
We're getting ready for today's class.
Did you guys make it, or did you buy it from somewhere?
Actually, I bought it at Whole Foods.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, this probably wouldn't be good for your shoulder either. I could tell. It's tough. Very restricting. You look okay, but inside it. Oh, anything else I can do to help?
Okay, so if you would like, let me see if there's another cutting board in here. Around. Yeah, see one while you're in there. Oh. You want to cut mushrooms, you can. That would be
Oh,
great.
yeah. I can do that.
And just a slice.
Demo me one. I can do that.
Yes. So I like to have, 3 fingers on it basically.
Oh,
So you can, when you rotate it, you always kind of have a finger on it.
yeah.
And feel
Ah.
free to kind of put your thumb in there so it doesn't slip.
Look at this way.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just do a whole one for you, and then when you get down to where it's like, smaller, you can.
Yeah. Right. That is a neat trick.
And then right here,
Yes.
need that.
All right, if I use these in a bowl, I'm leaving the skin on.
Right.
This is a lot of
Yeah,
work.
it is, it is. It gets easier though. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
once it's clean. It's the prep. This is the stuff that people don't want to do when they want something delicious. So like, I just want to go somewhere and go eat it.
Yes.
But I'd rather make it, and I know it takes forever. Sometimes, I say I want something and I go buy the stuff for it. Might take me 2 days to get to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Eventually.
I can relate to that.
Almost looks like cantaloupe.
Yeah, you're right.
You need some-
Actually, that's how I do my cantaloupe. Did you want to chop a mushroom?
If I did, I'd have to do it at the table height. I have 6-inch room in my spine, and I just cannot stand or walk very, very short distances. And Humped over like a 90-year-old.
Yeah.
The sad thing is I have a spinal cord stimulator that's been in my spine since January, and it hasn't helped yet.
Mm.
May I ask, do you go to a doctor here in Nashville?
It was put in my spine by a Vanderbilt doctor. It's like after it's implanted, then the doctors wash your hands of you, and it's just reps who work for the manufacturer that you're dealing with, because the thing can be reprogrammed. I've been reprogrammed 5 times now, I
Am I
think.
doing this okay?
Re-x-rayed once. What's really sad though is I had a trial for 6 days, Okay. Let me first. I had a trial for 6 days where I had water sticking out of my back, and that was wonderful. I just couldn't believe how reduced my pain was. It was great. And so I had huge expectations, expecting the total, especially the whole thing to be very similar. And that's not good. I just, the reps work for the manufacturer keep saying, "Oh, we want to try that, and, that's what I think. Actually, I have contact with them, they're not the best. Twice I emailed my doctor, and then had like a football back. Urging he and other random doctors to switch to another, to like one of their competitors.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot. How long you been dealing with that?
It was implanted in January.
Okay.
But yeah, I had wanted this surgery 4 or 5 years ago. And before I was on Medicare, the insurance I had before was a self-pay plan by Williamson County government, and they wouldn't pay for it. So I didn't get to have it then. After I was on Medicare, Medicare paid for it. But actually, I don't know, it seems like it's gone on. I had 6 surgeries in about 6 months last year. And the first time that I was to get the permanent implant.
These and then cut these like quarter, and then I'll deal with that. The skin on that one.
Oh,
On the
sure.
swap.
Yeah.
And so all I'm doing is cutting them kind of like a square.
Okay.
Should we
So
put our
they're
mushrooms
typically
together?
long first, and then I just go back over and make the dice. It doesn't have to be a perfect dice. It's just to get them to cook quicker
Right.
and the pressure cooker.
Thank you. But the first time I was having surgery to get in December to get the permanently implanted device, I didn't get it that time because I quit breathing. Like as soon as the anesthesiologist gave me 2 drugs together, and I had those 2 drugs. It was propanol, the one that killed Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
and Versatin together, and I had those 2 drugs together. No telling how many times for other surgeries, and it was taken out. Everything's, but a difference was I was on my stomach because
Right.
the doctor's going to cut on my back, and so they thought that may have made a big difference. But the doctor flipped me over and started compressions.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And then I was in the hospital for 3 days. But that was we're a real OR, but at Cool Springs Surgical Center. And so I was right away, telling the doctor, I still want to get this. I've been wanting it for years.
My sister has a thing plant-based, but I haven't seen this. I got the Mikados or something.
Miyotos.
Yeah,
It's a really good brand.
but if it's just as good.
It's a little bit cheaper. I mean, it's probably $2 cheaper.
Whoa.
Yeah, I like it. To me, it reminds me of when I was a kid and I used to get the country big tubs
Yes.
of the regular margarine. So
And where do you get this?
Kroger.
This was
So what
worth
is
the
it?
trip. You said plant-based?
Yep, country
Yeah.
crock plant butter.
Oh, with olive oil.
My sister's on a plant-based diet, and I'm always looking for stuff. Ooh, I smell bread. And I love bread.
So these I want to kind of cut up
Cubes.
small, like small cubes. So I'll do one for you.
Mhm.
2 big vegetables on here. It's okay. They're all going in the same place. I'm trying to do something for like aesthetics. So like
Yeah.
I'm trying to get them to be
We eat with our eyes, don't we?
mhm, about that size. So I'm gonna end it. So you want to get your
Slice first.
slices like that.
You don't do all of them. You go.
Exactly. Look at you, chomping at it over there.
Getting there. This worked out perfect. It did. We made a good team.
I'll say, your mushroom. I appreciate you. Would you like to cut up some pumpkins?
Sure.
So tell me about your special events. Is there a requirement? No numbers?
Not really a requirement on numbers. It just depends on what the event is. But I do catering and pretty much whatever you're wanting to do. So if you want to do like a baby shower, there was a wedding or there was a engagement, something like that, it's typically what people will hire me for. So some of everything.
Right.
Let's go a few of these.
Sure.
And yeah, this is my production. So with these, I'm just trying to. Yeah. Those little chunks, and I'm gonna put it in our pressure cooker.
Okay. Yeah, I love the pressure cooker.
But like we just did the Nature Fest for Tennessee Nature Academy.
Whoa.
And so we set up an outdoor kitchen and we cooked, we sold food, things like that.
Nice. You know one thing, your phone number isn't on here.
Yes. I know. 'Cause I normally don't put my number on the
Oh, okay.
recipes, but
Okay.
I can give it to you before you leave. If you have
Okay.
access to internet,
Yes.
I have a website. It's
Okay.
chefraycooks.com.
Okay.
Spelled just like on my tag. CHEFRAE cooks with an S.com. And I have a social media banner as soon as you get there that has every page you can find me on.
Okay.
Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook.
I like to promote women in business.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So with the pumpkin, what makes it easier for me is rotating it as I'm cutting it. And kind of cutting it at an angle. And then as I get to
Wow.
this point, I can kind of shade it
Right.
in a different direction, but I try to get the sides first.
Finished.
Sure.
Dumping in the bucket here. Okay, so you were telling us about microwaving the garlic,
Mhm.
and what does that do?
I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
So basically it releases it from its peel, or you
Oh,
can squeeze it out.
oh, nice. That's a really important tip.
How long did you need it?
30 seconds. The bigger the garlic bowl, the longer sometimes. And sometimes I'll put it back in there because I don't want to blow the microwave up.
Right.
So anything over like 20 seconds, typically depending on how strong your microwave is, you want to take it out, wait a little bit, put it back in if you need to, and it will soften it up even more. Or you can take it out of the paper, as I call it, and put it back in the Ziploc with a little water. And stick it back in. It really is. You can eat these. It's not like it's inedible. The green strings on it, pumpkin, but it's when it boils, you can almost pull them out.
Right.
Same thing with the butternut squash. I mean, they all grow the same way, right out of the ground. With the squash blossom, pumpkins kind of have a blossom too, very similar to the butternut squash.
I love to cook the seeds.
Yeah.
I learned about that from a 12-year-old boy my first year teaching. I had never heard of that before. I was mostly a special ed teacher. I also taught some science.
Not what?
Science, 7th grade science, 8th grade
Okay.
science,
And what did you say before that?
and honors high school physical science. I was mostly a special ed teacher.
Okay.
35 years.
Wow. For Metro?
No, 34 of it was in Williamson County.
Mhm.
My first year when I had a 12-year-old boy was in Manchester. And when I started teaching, it was so long ago, it was 1976. It was the first year that there was a federal law and also the first year was a state law requiring public school systems to educate like everyone, all of the children in their district. Before that, like I had a 2-year-old severely autistic boy who'd never been in school before because there was no law that his
Right.
parents could not sue the school system.
Right.
They just said, we're
Yeah.
sorry, we don't have a program for
Right.
your child. And he
Wow.
stayed home.
I didn't know that.
Wow.
Yeah,
I taught at Metro for over 5 years between substituting and a permanent position at Antioch.
they had some programs before that.
Mhm. We had a
Some
whole,
whole
like,
school
almost like
before
a
that.
separate school in a way down below, in the high school. They had their own teachers and there was even the ROTC wing was attached to the special ed unit. It was very nice.
Yeah.
So not to change the subject on you,
Which school is that?
Antioch.
Okay.
So I put this in the microwave and
Where I
literally
live
just
in.
cut the bottom half off.
Mhm.
Okay, and you often see people cut the bottom half off, stick it in the oven, they bake it, it takes forever. This is an easier way, because now I've done the softening part, right? So you could then go put it in the olive
Right.
oil, it's gonna take probably a couple of minutes versus 30 to 45. And then if it's too hot, which typically right, you pull it out, it is, but you see how each layer peels off,
Oh, nice.
all right? Now you get to this point and they all come out. And you can squeeze them and they will come
Oh,
out.
my goodness.
It's almost like parchment paper, but you see how
Yeah.
easily the garlic
Yeah.
slides out. This is, actually, someone that came to one of my cooking classes when I was teaching at the VE Cool Springs taught me this. And I've been doing it ever since.
Heck, yeah.
Freaking love it.
It is.
Now, what makes it even better is when you go mince. The garlic is already soft. Okay.
I've never met a garlic press that liked me.
Oh, me neither.
Me neither. All that spring beans.
Then you get to this point and you can even take these out like, you know,
Ah.
this is garlic that you lose because people will
Right.
throw this away, right? So now you're reducing your waste. This husk can go into your compost. You can start saving your food scraps. Look for any other pieces that are not edible. And back to what I was saying with the piece in the middle, so
Mhm.
see that green?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
You can take this and you can basically try to re-sprout it to where it buds and then put it in soil. But when it's like this, you literally can just take the back of your knife and mash it
Oh, my gosh.
because it's
just
already
don't know.
softened, you know?
Yeah.
And
that's
so I
awesome.
use a bulb of garlic in almost every meal that I make. And this is how I do it. And sometimes I drop it in with my rice or with my potatoes and let the thing boil. You know, and I still pop it out like this, but I just let it boil because I don't need to stand over there and mince it if I'm not even ready to prepare the rest of the meal. So I drop it in water, let it boil, and pop it out. And it
Yeah.
flavors my water, it flavors whatever I'm cooking, you know, and then I just go over it with a knife. Let's take it a step further. We're gonna put that in here. So I'm gonna rinse these all off again. Rinse it off our pumpkin seeds.
It's just so hard to.
And you wanna fill it up at least halfway, okay? Or you can fully cover it, just, you know, you wanna leave a little bit of room, because there is a max line in here, we're almost at that max line.
So this is the same as an Instapot or?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a different brand.
Mhm.
actually won this. I was competing at World Food Championship
Nice.
like 2 years ago, 3 years ago. And they gave this to me as part of like a raffle. So I got it.
Our very favorite thing to do, and that is to boil eggs, because they're so quick and they're just, the main reason is they're so easy to
I
prepare.
never thought about boiling
Really?
eggs in it. That's ingenious.
How
Now
long
I'm
do you have
gonna,
to
'cause I love
boil
a
it?
soft
Put it
one.
in there.
It's, we've got two
So I'm gonna
different ones,
put
it's
9
4 minutes for one. and 5
9
minutes.
minutes.
Wow.
Yes. And I've got it down to where now, like, I boil the water. I put salt and olive oil in the water, not vinegar. Sometimes I used to do vinegar. And when it cracks, the vinegar will keep the egg on the inside. So, but I do that, boil it, and then I drop my egg and lower it in with a spoon. And I set a 9-minute timer, and I drop it in the ice bath when I'm done. Comes out soft boiled every single time.
That's what I've been doing, is putting it to ice.
But are they easy to peel?
Yeah, once it's in the ice bath, yeah, for sure. I'll take the cutting board and I'll wash
Okay.
that.
That's the thing that we love. My longtime boyfriend said the other day, they thought even if we had used,
Your croutons.
it's nothing except for boiling eggs, and we thought it was well worth the price.
I'm gonna let you do that because I got them
Yes.
all over my.
Yes.
These have already been spun.
And they turn it perfect too, because, you know, like, before I was always having some that have like little dugout pieces of them
Yeah.
that I would either leave at home
Oh,
if they were going to a potluck or something, or like put them in egg salad instead, because they were just so ugly.
Yeah.
But everyone comes out just perfect, and then it's like the shell just comes right off, like,
Huh. gonna-
so easy.
I'm gonna have to get one of those.
But they're good for a lot of things, you
Yeah.
know, just being so fast.
Yeah, do you have like, what kind do you have, what brand?
Oh gosh, I don't remember. The first one I got through Amazon, and they didn't have that made though. I wanted a pretty big, I don't know, it just kind of seems like about everything I do, I'm always picking large quantities, and I don't know why that is.
Yeah, I do the same.
I didn't come from a family like that. I don't know, but all those years teaching, I was loving leftovers, so maybe that was part of it. And we'd also take them to lunch
Right.
at school a lot too, especially for one of my schools. But I mean, I could tell you, if you wanted to give me your email address, I could.
No,
I could
no,
tell
that's
you.
okay. I just wondered if the, like the Instapot would be the same type of thing.
We like both of the ones we have.
Okay.
The first one I have is large enough that you can actually do vacuum cleaning in it.
Oh.
You know, you're limited to, I think it's like 6-pint jars
Right.
that you can do, so it's that big, and it's copper. It was a choice of colors, you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
colors. I just thought it was a pretty, even though my kitchen's not, doesn't have that many copper things in it, you know.
Yeah.
But I like that one, and the only reason I got a second one was that they kept advertising this, especially on TV, I guess, that that your chicken can be browned, and it's because
Yeah.
it's got 2 lids. It's
Like
like you
first
cook the
lid, yeah.
chicken first with 1 lid, and then open it, and then put the other lid down.
Huh.
And so it does brown it to sort of, you know.
Right,
It's not
right.
not as
perfect.
brown as like a rotisserie chicken you buy at Kroger or something. But it does brown it to some degree, and it's actually 1 minute quicker on the eggs. That one's 4 minutes, it's 5 minutes on the other one. It's not only like what they recommended, but we've tried different
Right.
times, and it's, you know, 4 works the best on that one, 5 on the other one, so. I don't know, and they have a little bit, but they both have an awful lot of settings on them.
The
The
choices.
chicken one is just a little bit smaller, and I don't think you can do vacuum canning in it because of it, so. I don't know, but
But you can. do
usually
the
one of mine
basement
stays
and
in the
all that.
basement because they're just, you know, they take up a
lot
bit
of
of
space,
space,
you-
unfortunately. I
Right,
wish they didn't, they could just keep both of them in
right.
the kitchen, I think, because, you know, because of just the differences, then I think it's like I want to keep both of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I will say the Instant Pot, it heats up quicker sometimes,
Okay,
but I use the pressure cook setting, and I want to say it's the best pressure cook setting on it.
okay.
Especially if you don't want to get like the old traditional pressure cookers where they can like blow up in your face and open them.
Mhm.
Yeah, my mother had one of those.
So, yeah.
I mean, it never blew up, but
Well, then if you open it, And you're not supposed to, you can try to open it.
Yeah, I guess she does do that. But she was working, when she was first married and got one so that she could quickly fix supper because my dad wanted it soon. He always did. Yeah.
So I was literally trying to pick these things up.
Oh, yeah.
See,
But it really, I'd be glad to, you probably,
Oh, no, I think I'm
you
gonna.
probably would know from, the chicken one, because I don't think that many brands are advertised.
Well, I
being
know,
able to
I know
grab it.
Kohl's sells the Instapot, and I do have some Kohl's cash I need to spend, so I might just go there and get one.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to
I
learn about the
think
widgets.
overall, I like
I've never
first one
been
better,
successful with it.
because it,
so you never used
it
it?
brings it to
I
you somewhat.
Just
but it-
really didn't know
like I
how
said,
to use
It's
it.
just kind of. a
So
little-
I use it in sauces.
Oh,
Like I'll take,
But if you put
like a
some sauce on it,
mayonnaise sriracha,
yeah.
like barbecue sauce.
or like mayonnaise, sour cream, sriracha, and like some sort of herb, and you add it and it makes it smokier. Like, it gives it flavor.
There's tons of
That salt
different
doesn't get
recipes
Yeah, oh, yeah.
online, and there were so many people in the basket once too, and then sometimes you'll find a recipe and they'll give it like 3 ways, like on the stove, in a slow cooker, and it's survived.
Huh,
It's just
it's
nice,
nice.
I think, yeah. Yeah. Time. My first was something like Billy Wise, I think is, I don't know why.
The side.
And we've had that now for maybe 3 years. So I haven't, I don't know. It wasn't that expensive for being, as huge as it is.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this started. Got our garlic in here. Already has the seal on it. And then this will be set. Turn it. Our settings are right here. I like to put it on a pressure cook. You can see I had something in it for 3 hours last time I cooked it.
Mhm.
Last time I used this thing.
Is this like the release?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can pretty much only release it. What you want to do with a long-handed spoon.
Oh.
Because it will shoot out in your face.
Ah,
Like literally, so this way is the way you do before you turn it on, and then this is how you release it.
Okay. It's a nice safety measure. Yes.
Mhm. If your seal isn't in it, it'll have steam coming all out the sides and stuff too. Okay, so start at that. Let's see how it does for 25 minutes while we cook everything else, and then once that comes out, we'll be ready to basically smash it and put it off into our bowls. So fairly quick process. I brought some cheese, and if you guys are like anti-dairy, so this is more like, you want some cheese in yours. And then I have half and half. So is everyone okay with half and half? Okay. So these can be, and I'll take all of your other cutting boards too, get those out of your way.
On high,
Yeah,
but the keep warm light is on, is that okay?
you can turn the keep warm light off. So basically it will just
Gotcha.
like slow cook when it's
Right.
done. Okay, so we got that going, we got our mushrooms, then the croutons need to be sprayed. Okay, so this right here is our handy dandy mister. I'll pump it for you.
Okay.
And literally just, heavily
Soak 'em.
saturate it and then toss them. I do have some salt, and this is my own seasoning. It's a Cajun Mexican seasoning. So it's not too spicy, just looks really bright red, because
Right.
that's 60% smoked paprika in it, but it only contains 5% salt. So I don't have to add salt if I use it. So it's pretty mild.
Now, is that all the oil she's spraying?
And your pump looks like it works really well. What kind? Is
That's
that?
just a misto sprayer. You can get them at Kroger, Publix, Kitchen Collection, and they normally come in a double pack. You can Amazon carries them too.
Okay, look at these, I don't want to get too juicy.
A little bit more. Mix all
The
that in.
spray is not tipping my bottle.
Yeah, it allows you to basically make sure you're not over, oiling things.
I'm bad about that.
Mhm. Or on.
Great. Well, you've been coming to go this long?
Yeah, since 2005.
Oh, wow.
That was when I got breast cancer the first time.
Right.
So my first meeting was the day after surgery.
Oh, wow, okay.
A couple of support groups or wellness groups. For a while. And then, I guess for quite a while now, I just come to things like
Right.
cooking classes or classes. Except of course, there hadn't been much.
Check that out.
Because of years.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, we'll
But I've
stick those in
survived a
here.
whole lot longer than I thought I would. But both, I had a recurrence and 5 years later.
What was that you sprinkled
And
on?
both times.
That's
I
the
was
Cajun
positive
Mexican
for
seasoning.
HPV.
Oh, okay.
And I knew women who had like just the same characteristics who did not survive 2 years.
Oh, my
And
goodness.
so for the longest time, I just,
Yeah.
I felt pretty vulnerable because of that.
What are you gonna do? Survive?
Scared.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be.
Live in the day, live in the moment.
Mhm. So if you want to get started on that, you can. You just wanna
Line it up.
Uh-huh. Probably do it a long ways, probably get a few more pieces in there.
I'm gonna need some scissors or a knife. Here we go.
You got it?
Yeah.
Do you think there's much difference in the different brands of turkey bacon?
I do. So sometimes I use, what is it? That's Oscar Mayer, right? Sometimes I use Kroger. It's thinner.
Hmm.
Then Applegate makes the
Mhm.
turkey bacon, and it's uncured and it's thick on the side. But I love Applegate products. They also do sausage. Then there's the Beyond sausage that they even have. They even make like a vegan bacon.
Mhm.
Hooray Foods makes a vegan bacon. I promoted them before. I love their vegan bacon, but it's more it doesn't hold in this long piece-like texture. It more so is like disintegrates, if it makes sense, but in a good way, because you can just chop it, use it as a garnish. But it's really good. It's almost like a prosciutto texture.
Ooh,
Oh,
so it.
You
You
should be able to
use
fit
another.
probably one.
That's where I was going.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
And then just spray it.
if that one is kind of a prosciutto texture, can you use it without cooking it, or do you really need to cook it?
You have to cook it. Yeah, they say 90 seconds or less, I believe.
Oh, okay.
If I'm not mistaken, yeah, that's good.
And which one was that?
That's Hooray Foods. They're vegan.
Okay.
Vegan bacon. Stick that in there. And we got our pot right here.
One of those is really slow.
That's
I don't
probably the one.
remember.
Let's see. It's been a while since I've been here, so.
Yeah.
Don't let the whole pot of it needs to be done.
For that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably, yeah. I mean, I have a lighter, but I'm nervous to use it because it's not a long-handed lighter.
Yeah.
And you have a garden?
No, I
Yeah.
don't. Not anymore.
Yes.
I'm gonna ask them that is there a garden here?
I
No.
don't think
Really?
so.
I
Okay,
don't think there's probably a place,
yeah, curious.
but everything's concrete.
Yeah, the Herman Dinger Foundation, they grow a lot of their own fruits and
Herman-
vegetables.
Herman Ingram?
Hermendinger, I can always say
Okay.
that word. But they have a lovely little garden at the back of the church.
Okay.
They,
Good to know.
treatment,
so I'm concerned about germs.
This would be great. Oh. Great compost.
Did you just finish chemo?
Wait, on the
Chemo
line.
and radiation.
I forgot, what is the relationship here with you ladies?
This is my mom. My girlfriend.
So was yours breast or?
Right there.
No, it was a rare cancer in my in my pelvic region. I had a hysterectomy like 7 or 8 years ago and complete. And then I got this big cyst.
Well,
Yeah, and then.
You
it
think
came
with it
back again
gone,
this
Oh,
year.
I don't know. I didn't turn it. I
So the second time.
I'm sorry, I'm just saying. It definitely worked. Definitely did. I felt that. Thank you, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
hey,
Well, I forgot about
All right, so want to get that smoking?
Now, what's in that pot?
Nothing.
Okay,
It's completely empty.
Okay.
But we're gonna put our mushrooms up in there. Just want to get it really hot. And you can put a little bit of this oil in there. Get it, to speed up that smoking process. And then with these, I'm actually gonna put these off in the oven as well.
Oh, cool.
Pumpkin seeds.
nice.
Right.
tell me about pumpkin seeds and squash seeds.
When I was a kid, we used to roast the pumpkin seeds all the time.
Yeah, we didn't know that.
Well, definitely will have to sweep. I got pumpkin seeds and probably pumpkin all over the floor. Alright, so it's getting there. I'm gonna stick your hand like right over and feel it. See how hot it is?
Right. There's a lot of times you should preheat the pan like that in cooking, correct?
You say what?
Is there a lot of times that you should heat up your pan
They
before?
say with everything, really.
Really?
Especially, yeah, when you're using especially stainless steel pans.
Okay.
I'm gonna turn it down a little bit and just literally want to drop these in.
Did you watch that movie on Netflix, Fantastic Fungi? You would
Right,
all
kind of look that on.
Netflix,
Really?
it's all about the science, the food benefits of different things. Oh, you would love it, love it.
I went foraging in New York.
You did?
Actually was able to do it for the first time,
Yeah.
and it was fun. We went through the forest, the Adirondack Mountains,
Wow.
and we looked for lobster mushrooms primarily.
Oh, this shows people hunting them.
When I tell you, like, so they charge 30 plus a pound for those things. Everybody in the upstate New York area that forages for mushrooms, they have to be certified. So when if they can only forage in certain areas and certain times, all sorts of, regulations. But when they're foraging, just think they have no overhead. They find the mushrooms and they clean them and they resell them at all the farmers markets.
Wow.
It's pretty crazy.
That's, there you go.
It's like, to me, they wouldn't pay enough. That'd be like too much work.
Yeah.
Like, it was dangerous a little bit as well because you're trying to walk through, wooded area, right? And so these are attached to people's homes.
Right.
And these areas are like, they're not the friendliest people because they're in such a secluded area. They're not expecting visitors.
Right.
So if you step on the wrong land, that is not marked, or they get marked, and just walk your way in the woods, which only takes 3 minutes, okay? Doesn't even take 3 minutes to lose your way in these woods. You go in one way, and you're like trying to figure out landmarks. Like now knowing what I know, I would bring a few cans of spray paint, and I would spray paint a line in and up out of there. And I would follow it, or I would even put it, if I was by myself, I'd put a rope on it. That's how confusing it is. I was going over streams, We were literally like holding back the woods, like the branches and stuff, trying to get through. I had to climb on stuff, you know, the water was moving. There's a lot of different factors.
Are those mushrooms called that because they taste anything like lobster, or is it just a physical appearance?
Because the appearance is, the appearance is reddish and like, almost like the outer part of a lobster tail, like the skin that you would peel off. That's what it looks like on the outside.
Yeah, what they
Because
taste
I
like.
love lobster
Yeah,
so much.
yeah.
They actually made bacon out of one of them. He took one of these and hammered it, flattened it, and like soaked it in a baking bag with, you know, Worcestershire and soy sauce, all sorts of stuff with the smoke, and soaked them, and then cooked them. We put them in a skillet, and it tasted like bacon. It was interesting. But I haven't added the smoke to these yet, but I almost want to like dry them out.
I always wish we had a mirror.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Sorry, my back's hurting, that's why I'm sitting.
You're fine.
Getting older is not fun.
So, yeah, I think some of that to put out there. Of course, you know, mushrooms produce their own liquid. Right. So that's basically what it's doing. I haven't added anything in here yet. It's really hot. Gas will even heat your handles. So don't do what I just did.
Right.
You know, I'm pretty used to it. That's why I'm able to do it like 210, anything over 210, probably be straight from your screen. Add this in. Some of that water, all right? I'm gonna have some of this in there too, and I'm gonna add it on the side with no mushrooms. You could also add in alcohol, you know, and that will almost like flambe your mushrooms. So I would do like a dark liquor for a whiskey or bourbon. A shot, you just splash it in there. Of course, if you're candying them, like maybe a little brown sugar, you know, you can add a little bit of flavor to the mushrooms, all sorts of things to do with them. You can fry these or fry some oyster mushrooms, make a po' boy. You want to go all the way vegetarian, you know, maybe a slaw or something on top, or some sort of a pickled veggies. But I really just want it, I call them smoked mushrooms because of that flavor. I used to have the smoke gun that you can infuse hickory chips into it too. So you can do that as well. That's why that Bath and Beyond.
So you eat beef?
Yeah. It's not really big into meat.
Yeah.
I like short ribs, I like beef ribs, I like turkey bacon, chicken.
Yeah.
Not really a big fish eater. If I could have my way, I'd probably eat more fish than anything.
Right.
Is there anywhere that you're really successful at finding fish in our area? Over some area?
What's the name of that company? This is the fish box. I think it's literally called Fish Box, and you can order it, and they'll send you like a box full of different types of fish. You know, you get to pick and choose and everything. Melissa's Produce, I use them sometimes, and I've searched their website for fruits and vegetables that are not grown here, that are primarily native to tropical areas. They're in Kroger, but they ship. You can choose from their selection on their website. D'Artagnan is the name of the company that I'll choose for meat. DARTAGNAN, called D'Artagnan. DARDAGNAN. And I would pick them for meat. They do ship. I get all my Magret duck breast from them. They do guinea whole chickens for like $15. Everything is sustainable, non-GMO, grass fed, you know, so they even have what is it? Australian, I want to say it's from Australia, the Osobuco. The venison.
Sister's been eating a lot of bison.
Really?
I've
They sell
learned how
that
to
too.
cook bison.
They sell that too, and everything's vacuum sealed, you know, processed by someone with USDA certification, like legit company. I mean, I think I've seen their trucks in Florida, maybe. I can't remember where I was when I saw their trucks.
And fish box.
I'm pretty sure it's called Fish Box. But yeah, it allows you to like select what you want. Now, Costco and Sam's, to me, have better meat options and better quality in Whole Foods. Trader Joe's. I'm trying to think about where else. You can even get Publix to go in the back and take a whole tenderloin and cut you up 15 fillets. You just gotta find the right Publix with the right meat cutter, because they'll go back, oh yeah, I can do it. And then you're so soft butcher, and you're like, I'm not paying $100 for that fillet that looks like it's split into a flank steak, you know?
Yeah.
So, but you can ask almost any like professional butcher, Porter Road butcher. That's another good. Porter Road butcher. It's near here. It's not that far. It's 12th and Porter, I want to say, in that area.
Yes.
Heard
Get
of them?
about
Mhm. Tall Grass Meat Company in Columbia.
Oh,
So yeah, still doing this thing. Takes a minute, so you can feel it, it's hot.
Yeah.
But it's basically cooking while it's doing it. So I may check it midway, but we're gonna just kind of hang out for like 10 to 15 minutes.
before I ask him, the question about where to find different things, you made a comment about wood chips, about using wood chips, and were you talking about like on the stove?
In a smoke gun, which it's like $30, and they carry it at Bed Bath and Beyond. You put hickory chips in it. And it literally, and it
And
has
you use it on top of the
operated,
stove?
and it has a hose. You run the hose, like you put this into a bowl and you run it underneath the bowl like over saran wrap.
I've seen that on something, help, holds container, something.
First time I saw it was in 2000.
Master Chef.
Master Chef, what is it, Master Chef Junior, Alexander. He
Yeah.
used it on the cruise. I went on the Master Chef cruise and he used it, and I wanted it. And it was like one thing that I wish for my grandma gave to me.
Yeah.
And that's, did you say Bed Bath and Beyond?
Mm-hmm.
I like the taste of smoke.
Yeah.
I'm kind of a big smoker. Smoked turkey. Somebody's house all the time without a smoked turkey in the bottom of it's like above that. This duck didn't take nobody's one.
We need barstools.
Yeah.
Something good to
Need
do.
to get Bob into the house.
Especially if we're gonna do these monthly. I wanna say the next one back is the 18th. Let me double check.
November?
Yep.
Yep.
Right, same time? Okay. Yeah, November 18th, 11, 12:30.
And can new people come?
Yep. Of course, I like that. So,
So you're gonna be doing the whole series?
What you said in Amazon.
yeah, I came up with a menu for each day. I have to go back and see what we decided on for next month. But we're item basically has like, health benefits that are specific to those that have cancer, had cancer, or maybe cancer runs in their family, or just trying to eliminate the possibility of getting it.
Yeah.
A lot of these things eliminate free radicals in the body, and so that's pretty much what causes cancer oftentimes. May I ask you guys a story? Like, you got family members that have cancer, or how did you come to find out about Gilda's Club?
I originally found out about it. My husband had leukemia
Okay.
and I was sent from Vanderbilt to come over here.
Mhm.
We were both members for a while and
Mhm.
I participated in the caregiving group.
Okay.
This was 2008 and I've been here ever since.
Oh, wow. Long time.
I've had breast cancer twice.
Wow.
The first time was in 2005, and my first activity here other than the interview was the day after my surgery.
Wow.
I'm a newbie. I've just had cancer for the second time, pelvic, but like I said, I don't have my female organs, so it's a rare cancer.
Oh, wow.
So
Really?
had a big cyst at first with squamous cell carcinoma. And then they found it just in June on my bowel, on the outside of my bowel, so they had to do a resection and of course another laparotomy to check everywhere. And now I just finished chemo and radiation and I'm gonna start immunotherapy, Keytruda,
Awesome.
probably in about 4 weeks.
Awesome.
So yeah, but this is
I'm ready
great.
for you.
Yeah, thank you.
So how long have you been in remission?
Well, I had a recurrence in 2010,
Okay.
so I suppose it's since then.
Okay.
That time my occurrence was so small, my tumor was less than 1 millimeter.
Mhm.
And anyway, it was same breast, so I had to lose it. But when they dissected my breast, they found no more. So
Oh, wow.
so the what do they talk? What's it called when they take plugs out of you? Yes, thank you. So the biopsy got all of it with that little bitty plug in it, and it was where the it was from a mammogram, just like the first time was how it was found. Like the doctor the radiologist who read it, his only recommendation was I was having a breast MRI every year and mammogram every year, and they were like one each 6 months. So his recommendation was in 6 months to have another mammogram, and I told him, oh no, I'm not waiting. I'm calling my doctor tomorrow. I'm calling my breast surgeon, and he said I didn't want you to be like worried for 6 months or something. And I told him that I'm not concerned about being worried. I'm concerned I could have cancer again. And
Yeah, it's very hard when you have it because.
well, I was glad I went on and had the biopsy because sure enough, it was positive.
Right.
Even though.
Did you do radiation or?
No, not the second time. I did do, because it was HER2 positive again, that I did another year of weekly infusions of Herceptin.
Okay.
That I had that the first time after I had 6 months of the more poisonous, so I thought of it, chemo, and I had to wait till after 3 months before I could start the Herceptin.
Yeah.
So I could do it at the same time as Taxol. But
That's
I
funny
just-
because I always say, well, they're gonna poison me again today and radiate me.
Yeah.
This is great.
It made me think of, I have a dog that had heartworms. And poor thing, she was a beautiful dog. I can see registered Irish setter. And she'd never been to a vet before when I got her, when she was almost 5. She was at 9 2 days later. But she had arsenic treatment.
Oh, wow.
And I was told then like half the dogs survived it and the other half.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate that my dog survived.
What scares me is like my sister had, who died 2 years ago, she had breast cancer like 15 years before.
Yes.
And then she ended up with a glioblastoma in her brain. And like 4 months.
Wow.
Yeah. I did a group I just went through here. I did an online group for people with cervical stuff or this kind of stuff, pelvic.
Yes.
And somebody said that it was Keytruda,
which is in there. Somebody said that President Carter had glioblastoma, and Keytruda was what shrunk it or kept it away at bay, and he's still alive.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
And I'm like, why did I get my sister? I don't know, but I don't know how advanced hers was or anything, you know.
My mother had ovarian at age 47.
Yeah.
I was about,
Wow, very good.
But it's still tastes smelling good.
I remember
Trying to get it crispy.
when we had a weekend, that she had been told by the doctor that she either had cancer and it was small, like the size of.
Right.
I think is what he said, or she was pregnant.
Ah,
And so what my brother and I were hearing all weekend long was, my father thought that pregnancy sounded like police span or something, and my mother thought the cancer sounded better than
yeah.
to be pregnant again. That she was 47 and he was like 6.5 years old. So,
Cancer is just very.
he was 29 when I got married, and it was
Turkey
8 years before that.
Yeah. It's kind of how I like it.
Yeah.
I make full sticks of it. I do a tomato avocado BLT with turkey bacon. And I do a grilled cheese first with the turkey lunch meat. And then I add all those other things to it, and it's amazing. And I bake my bacon at home. Like, I don't put it in the skillet. So
Do you ever do it with basil instead of lettuce?
basil and Stella Rose.
Basil instead of lettuce.
Oh, basil instead of, I thought you said basil and Stella Rose. That is very different. Never tried that. No, I haven't tried with basil, but I just got these microgreens that are, I want to say arugula and broccoli, maybe, or broccoli and carrot, I think. Microgreens that I'm planning on putting on my sandwich instead of all of the other things I've been putting on it,
Right.
and maybe spinach, you know, like, but we grow our own basil. In the
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, we too. I have for
Love it.
over 30 years.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the big leaves.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
I usually have like one plant of the other
Yeah.
ones I can find, but mostly they're progenitors.
Which herb do you prefer in a tomato dish?
Which bird?
Herbs.
Herbs. Probably basil. I like, especially when you do like a baked tomato, like stuff it. I would do like risotto, and I probably use basil or even thyme. Trying to think about what else I use. I'm big on chives. So you like chives? It's probably my like second go-to choice, basil or chives. But yeah, I love tomatoes. Love them.
I so hate for tomato season at the ending.
I love heirloom tomatoes, but that's what I love about Melissa's Produce, because things that are not in season here
Uh-huh.
are often in season with them. There's other companies too, like they actually sell their food in Kroger. They're based in Florida. They're probably still growing tomatoes, you know. California too, like you find a company out of California, they're still growing tomatoes, where we get most of our tomatoes from, and our lettuce.
We can have some wine afterwards.
So you got some in here?
That sounds good to me. I'm all about it.
You know some we don't know?
Yeah.
So is it got a secret place in here? Or- Oh, because it's behind you.
Yes.
Oh. You have some events.
We got, I'm looking now.
No, it's not ours. For my cooking class, you know,
What I can say, I'm gonna just wash
when
this.
it's Jewel.
It's spots aren't coming out. Oh, is that what that is? I thought it was for me, like some seasoning or something. So yeah, this timer is not, to me, is not an accurate. You'd have to release the pressure, check it, and put it back, but because it's so hot, it would come back up to pressure really quick. But yeah, I always would do it, just using something to see how it does look. You just tap it, just to make sure that you're not right over it. Be a whole situation.
My first one is hot, and the second one's on the six.
Okay. Yeah, I gotta get one.
And I still, and I actually been having this huge pie that would do that. I still. One reason I wanted to is that there was this, something that Trader Joe's, just. Doesn't years ago, something eggplant and olives and carrots get together and and they just and I kept sort of myself, have one that I like I had one of theirs, then I could because I'm sure it would be high enough acid to be able to water that can anything that's ideal.
Right, right.
I've done a lot of canning after 50 years.
Yours are in.
That's theirs, that wooden spoon.
Anyway, I still admit it, but I discovered just in the last year, there is a website, I think it's called Super Italy.
Yep.
But it's anyway, for wine, like anything they consider Italian, and so they do that. And so that I get that, it's what is sun-dried tomato products. Because you may do an order, and because their prices seem to be no higher.
Yeah,
Than like Trader Joe's.
right.
I'm getting this, and I think that probably theirs was the similar that they were buying because so much stuff, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's just put a different label on it.
Right, right.
You see the ounces, and I think that's the one they were using. So I think it's 14 ounce that's the biggest jar, but they're like, it's like $6.99. It's about the same price it was.
Right.
Trader Joe's when I could get it there. But I have to spend, I think it's $65 or $69 for the shipping to be free. And I always easily find.
Yeah, yeah.
That much stuff. There's a certain edge bar. I think it's called Super Italy. And again, I could, if you want to give me your email address, I can send you that too, because I'm not.
I'll find it.
Oh, I wonder. Look at this to log
Trying to
on.
watch what they're doing.
Yeah, I can find it. But anyway, I love that. Because
So if you were.
And then just set everything back there on top of that cooler.
I think I remember what the website is for pages to get on.
To get on where? Build this up?
Yeah, with the web. I know they
It's
have.
probably
it there.
directly from, I would assume through gildaspub.tennessee.org.
Yeah, but I mean to get on to Wi-Fi.
Oh, Wi-Fi, I don't know.
Oh, the Wi-Fi is, what did she say, Gilda's, and then the
There
zip
it is.
code.
Yeah, on the fridge.
Oh, on the fridge. Great.
Yeah, Gilda's CN, and then the zip code 37203.
Thank you. So that's a password. Private Wi-Fi that is public Wi-Fi.
They don't take long, right?
Can you see it?
Oh, it all smells so good, especially the bacon.
Okay, you can cut the ends off if you don't want the ends.
Right.
Can you see
But-
what the password?
turkey bacon, unfortunately, is one of those tricky things to cook sometimes.
So you use this like as a garnish?
Yeah, so you can take some of these out.
Right.
They're not too bad though.
Yeah. I always end up doing it.
Everything, so I didn't have the other one.
Right.
It's always the ends.
Yes.
The inside is what I was trying to get to crisp up. But then the end sucker.
In the end, it's gonna be.
So yeah, this is our garnish, and like so, you can candy them in brown sugar and butter.
Ah,
Amazing. You put on like a whole stick if you wanted to.
I had a Bloody Mary with candy.
Really,
All of it,
that sounds good.
totally different. It was like at lunch.
Mhm.
Sure to smooth it.
everything.
Yeah. Now we're gonna check this. Things took 10 minutes to heat up.
It is become like it a little bit.
The fork shows it experience.
It was what?
Yeah. Before they, send me, over. Yeah, things like that. And then there also allow, for certain products. What's that? Good.
We'll keep some of that around the house and make it pretty solid.
And you know what? I've got something that just so similar that I try after I've eaten one to put notes about it. About, like how much I liked it and how many servings I thought it was, bring to or something, that kind of thing. And like, if I would buy that. I wrote almost everything. You just have one or two that I didn't like as much. I got some eggplant one time that was just like an old fried or something like that. It was so disappointing. But in my notes, I like copy and paste each order. It's so that way I know. I mean, it's easy. An email where they say, verify email. Anyway, you're just, so great. It's just amazing to me how cheap they are. I don't know how they do it. I don't know how they afford the shipping. I guess almost everything's in flat store. So it's pretty, it's pretty heavy. And I've never even checked to see what the shipping is. I didn't check, because I just always had, I would rather find something more to get than have to take the shipping.
I'm the same way. Wow, I didn't realize it would be so much.
Yeah.
Huh.
That's it. That's a little bit less than $6 for 14 now. Taken out of. That's
I'm hungry now. About food. Doing all this.
Very fresh. The oven, under the oven.
I use this church a lot, as far as, things I've thought of, and I'm interested in what to, if they have.
I thought it would have finished by now. No,
It's ways to do.
not taking, I can't move the top until the thing stops. Like never ending.
Yeah.
And well, I don't know, we never got the spicy, we like a mild, but it's usually, it's correct.
Yeah.
That makes a good dip too.
Thank you.
But anyway, there's.
Yeah, you just
But
gotta
it took
experiment.
me
with
so
stuff.
many years to find out, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
I was clear about, I'm a member of Costco again, for the last few years, but, I was like a long time ago, when a product I had that
I know, you're fine.
was, the Bella brand, dried tomatoes and strips and olive oil. And, a few spices like rosemary.
Now that I know.
And then I quit carrying it. And they had like thousands of people, it seems like,
Sorry.
on the internet who were
Not ready to go.
complaining
Yeah.
about it because they wanted a product of their own, that they were whole, sun-dried tomatoes, and they were in sunflower oil instead of in olive oil.
Oh,
And, but the worst thing about them, I thought, I got one jar to try, and keeping them in the refrigerator and having it in part of the jar. About a month later, the rest of them were molded.
Oh, yeah.
So of course I, never buy it again, but I bought, when I ran out, I had bought a few jars, probably 8 jars or something, when I found they discovered I liked them so much. So it took me a little while to go through that, but when we did, I bought a case from Bella,
Yeah.
and it wasn't for shipping, but it wasn't as bad as like the potatoes have to be real.
Yeah.
Things like that. And now Costco's brought back. I'm not sure when they did because I wasn't a member for some years. So if we finish our case, we probably just get it from them.
Yeah, yeah.
It's, well, they sell the company always sells them different size jars. But I went with pretty big jars again, like that from them. I would be better already on the strips too. We like to put them on double bags.
I love deviled eggs.
I did too.
I love eggs, so I love eggs.
Yep.
Have you tried one of the
wow.
ones that has a second lid for browning chicken or
For brining it?
for browning?
Oh, no, but I know this does that too, what you were talking about, and it's called a crisper lid.
Oh.
But the lid is $100.
Oh.
I've had this thing for probably 3 years now, and I've never even had a desire, only because the sauté method on it. Take your chicken, saute it,
Right.
and then pressure cook it. It'll fall right off the bone.
Yeah.
But I normally do like a cast iron skillet or something like that, but it's crazy is I had to set for a 25-minute timer and I stopped it at 12 or 13 minutes.
Yeah.
So, because it takes 10 minutes to heat up. So unlike the Instant Pot, that time it's taking to heat up, it's really cooking it. So your time is really slashed in half.
Right.
Of course, the more liquid you put in there, the longer it takes, and I think I put it right at the max. So that's one of the reasons.
Yeah. I don't have any.
I've got 2 of them because I wanted to get one that would brown the chicken. And my first one is 8 quarts, and you can actually do vacuum canning in it for pint jars. But there is some button on the second one that Bob has decided he likes. Just little differences, between. I've forgotten what it is. It's like you have to use a different one, that's not the name of what you're doing on the first one. You don't have to. So it's just little differences between them, not that much, but size, this is that one's only 6. And you can't. But probably a lot of people it's just kind of like 4. And that might be big enough for them if they,
Yeah.
if they don't do things in big quantities, like. I always want to
They
do
don't have any pot holders? Oh, yeah.
They do, but
Yeah.
because they're so big,
Right.
all you're gonna do on the counter. And then I can grab it like this.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And I told her it's just old age. I can't. She has a husband. He's there, and we finally found 2 of these that were caregivers, but he needs to get out.
Like that's kind of a lot better than the slow
And I
cookers.
do everything for
Never use that much because
that. Yeah, I know.
it makes it slower and when you're waiting on it.
Right.
I mean, I understand the idea for that some people, for putting things in and then going to work.
Yeah, that's how I use mine.
Yeah, I did some, but I always, that was kind of hard as far as having to do stuff so early.
Yeah.
I don't know, I got up at 4:45 for 35 years, you know, for teaching. I've always been a night person.
Yeah.
I knew I would never sub after. I haven't. Because I don't want to get up so early.
Okay, so that.
All right.
Voila. Alright, so what did I do with our little smasher? Smasher and grabber. No, I had a. Put it up. Oh, you know, breaking the hammer. So I was rushing out of the house this morning trying to find something that I could smash this with, and I came up with this, all right? But what I like about it is you can literally roll it. And because it's so soft, so we did this, so basically that's what I was telling them, took it out of the 13-minute mark, it was done. And so it's cooking during the time it's going in, it's cooking during the time you're releasing the steam.
Right.
So really 25 minutes is like 10.
Did you do that with an immersion blender or food processor also?
So I bought a blender and I was making my nephew some baby food. And I like put rice in it and it broke my motor. So yeah, that's how that happened. I was making him some rice and peas. It's like trying to come up with gourmet baby food options. So I made him some butternut squash, got put the butternut squash, got to the rice and peas and the arboreal rice, got put risotto in his baby food. It messed it up, so yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, this is so soft, literally, that it just mashes right up.
Do you think it's, wouldn't it happen if it had a more powerful motor? Because I've been looking at them.
Possibly, yeah, possibly.
I've
Never done rice in a blender. This is my first time trying it.
yeah, I haven't either.
Yeah, it was good. Probably expanded a little bit, but it wasn't like a whole bunch in there. I wanted this to have a little texture to it, but not chunk texture.
Right.
So that was one reason why I really didn't care about it, like if I needed it or not, just because of that. But you can puree this even finer as well, using an immersion blender. We got our half and half, and we can actually turn this back on. Crazy because this is basically, it's just rolling. You're not
Right.
hammering it, you're almost using it like a spoon. And it's doing its job. And I regret not seasoning this. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this color seasoning, Cajun Mexican seasoning in there.
Is that seasoning you make yourself?
I get it made at Savory Spice. It is exclusive. So they make customized like blends for chefs and for businesses and stuff. So you can go in there and have them put you in the computer system, you know, you ordering it all the time. So they also have like a buy requirement. So for the Hella season, I have to buy 10 pounds at a time. For my Jamaican patois seasoning and for the lemon pepper, just winging it seasoning, I have to buy 5 pounds at a time because it's more expensive to make it.
Yeah.
So they don't have the 10-pound requirement. There's like black truffle and something. You'll see that color change.
Yes.
This time up.
It doesn't look anything like the bucket soup I had last time. Fresh and real.
Some similar for myself.
One that I learned to make that I really like is orange tomato soup. My girlfriend and I had that
I used to organize.
first time I was in the recipe.
It's pretty organized.
And I really did this one, I found this out. Only 2 recipes. And it sounds like a strange combination.
Yeah.
It has both orange juice and orange zest.
Gonna have that like kind of semi-smooth and kind of chunky texture, almost like a gazpacho. So a little bit of that, you see how creamy our plant-based country crock is.
I took a picture of it. to make sure
Oh, yeah.
the right thing.
Butter in there. And then this is chicken stock.
Okay.
Okay, so I use it for flavoring. Not a whole lot, just, you can pinch it in here. I just brought some. And because we have so much liquid in here, you don't need to add anything. You don't need to add more water to use that. Because we've got half and half in there. You just don't want to overuse it because it is typically made for making stock.
So that's like bouillon?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. I want to say it's like the Mexican version of it. Has like a got Spanish on the front. I want to say, what did you say, Mom Pollo or something?
Caldo de pollo.
Yeah,
Okay.
I can't remember where I got it from. Sam's.
Yeah.
I want to say Sam's.
Yeah.
I got the big giant one. They even have a tomato one that they make. That's amazing.
It's great in red rice.
So what makes red rice again? You told us earlier.
Annatto spice.
Annatto.
You can use that. I use turmeric to make yellow rice, or I buy, yellow rice.
Right.
They have a little bag. And I want to say what else. This will make it red. Enchilada sauce will make it red. Also, this is Himalayan salt. So it has about 85 minerals in it.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm not gonna over salt. If you guys want more seasoning, you're free to use what I have, and then they have I'm sure a bunch of stuff in this. Okay.
And what did you say for yellow rice? Did you say saffron or?
No. So enchilada sauce, annatto spice, any smoked paprika or like combination of like this has Mexican chili powder in it, smoked paprika, cayenne, but it's not as hot as it sounds unless you use a large amount of it. Like you rub it all over chicken.
But if you want a yellow rice instead of red rice.
Turmeric. I use
Turmeric.
turmeric. And turmeric helps reduce inflammation.
Yeah.
Why I gravitate towards it more. But you can take a yellow bell pepper, puree it, and take the juice, put it inside of your rice. Cilantro lime rice, cilantro. And literally you take a whole lime, cut it in half, squeeze it, and drop the lime in there. You have cilantro lime rice. Like you want ginger rice, you put ginger root, pill it, drop it in there with the water, anything you want, drop it into the water, whatever it is you're making, whether it be rice, whether it be polenta, grits, and it will change the color and the flavor. So.
Just get creative.
Mhm.
He's a bottomless pit of it. I know.
Yes.
I did group classes for about 5 years, and they were like 15, 20 people at one time. We did those twice a month over at the venue. It's an apartment complex in Franklin. And they switched management. I stopped working there. You all kind of left, everyone who did activities. So.
Now, aren't you ladies eating?
Oh yeah, I got them. Just want to make sure you know. Put the guys' bowls up first. Mom, you want to grab me those 2 white bowls?
The color of this is so nice.
Yep. No, for you guys.
Oh,
You want some of this?
one?
You want it in a regular bowl, or you want like a ice? You want like a ladle, or you want a little bit more?
Oh, that's cool.
It's like, I don't know how light you're trying to go.
It's been working.
Let's see, we want to start with. We got our croutons. Everyone want cheese?
Of course.
Sure.
I'll take anything and everything.
Yeah. Me too. I eat everything but cats, dogs, and bunnies.
So you eat frog legs?
Yes.
Yes. I like shark.
Oh.
I don't get it that often. Seafood festival in California every year, they stack shark on the stick. Tastes like fried chicken. And I love alligator. Love it.
Oh, me too, me too.
I love fried chicken. Alligator is what I call it, 'cause it tastes like chicken nuggets.
I wish we could get it here.
You can. Where do we eat alligator?
Well, I don't know, but you can buy it originally.
Cajun steamer, I think carries it.
Oh, yeah. I have had it there. I forgot.
But I bought my alligator at GFS because that's where I used to shop when I had students when I was teaching at high school level, and I buy it in packs. And they come in like a box, like 12 in a pack, 12 packs in a box. And we would make a bunch of like little po' boys, but we'd fry them like chicken nuggets and put it in our po' boys. We got some chives. We can buy these from Kroger too, just like this.
Nice.
It's easy to grow,
Yeah, they are super easy.
and it comes back.
How pretty.
Mhm.
I love the herbs that come back.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Get plenty.
Oh, that. Does not look like the pumpkin soup I had last night. At all. You said you were saving a special touch.
I'm gonna probably take a picture of this one or that one. I haven't decided.
What about the pumpkin seeders? Are they still roasting?
Yeah, I still got them in there. I'll check on them in just a second. They were taking forever.
You want to get some plasticware out?
I have some spoons already out.
Oh, okay.
Hot oven.
So the mushrooms, do they still go in
Oh
there?
yeah, no, thanks for reminding me.
Yeah. I want to
Can't
try
forget
those
that.
mushrooms.
Now, of course, these are chill now. They're not piping hot, just so you know.
That's your portfolio.
I need to make one. That's probably a good idea.
Yes.
I have so many pictures. I'd have to sit down, create an album first, and then I'd have to share them all with FedEx, like for them to do it.
Yeah.
Make it easy on me. feel like I'm on timer. You got
You're, no, you're
the
fine.
the
You
last
just
10
created
seconds
a
for
work of
for
art.
the turn
Yeah.
window.
Next to test paper.
Beautiful.
Take a picture real quick.
Yes.